I'm here to talk to you today about how to find product market fit. It's the top problem that anyone deals with. I'm going to try to keep it fairly practical, not theoretical, because I think finding product market fit is really about the practical nitty gritty, the hustle. So I want to just preview real quick, talk to you a little bit about our journey. Like I said, I wrote the first line of code a little over 12 years ago, which sounds really weird that it's been that long. This is a graph of the new users per day signing up for Weebly. So non-cumulative, just whenever someone signs up, you get a 1. And this is 6 months in. So we still hadn't launched 6 months in. Dan, Chris, and I were all doing internships that summer. You can see here our massive record sign-up day was 12 users. I think we just created accounts for friends and family. So 6 months in, we still hadn't launched, right? Just to give you an idea of how long it takes. We worked for 6 months and hadn't launched. In October of 2006, this is 8 months later, still hadn't launched. We were hustling for buzz on forums. We had created a sign-up link. You can see here now we had 30-some users that signed up on our record day, but 8 months in and still hadn't launched. We finally were able to get on TechCrunch the day of our YC interview, so I'm sure that didn't hurt at all. This is what that looked like. This isn't actually what a normal press spike looks like. You'll see a normal press spike later. But in this particular case, we only had 2 servers, and we were really worried about our servers burning down, and AWS didn't exist back then. So we basically decided to allow you to sign up and then say, hey, you're on the wait list. We'll contact you once you're able to access your account, which is why it's spread over a few days. But the first tech crunching, now this is much more normal of what it looks like after a press spike. You see it kind of goes down pretty low. It's kind of hovering around the same level. If you're observant, you'll notice here, one day we had 0 users. That presumably means that we were, the whole site was down, which is great. But in January 2007, 11 months in, we dropped out of school, packed up all of our servers in my car. I drove cross-country to San Francisco, would not recommend driving 80 in January, got stuck in Wyoming for 3 days, but finally made it out here, and this is 11 months in. So 11 months after writing the first line of code, we're working out full-time in San Francisco as part of the YC program. Here is a second TechCrunch press spike that we got in January. This one's much more normal. This is exactly what you should expect if you get on TechCrunch or any press. It goes straight up, and it's really exciting that day, and then it goes straight back down the next day, but at least settles a little bit higher. In April 2007, this was 14 months in. Now you notice we had a couple other press mentions. What you'll notice here, these are going in the wrong direction. The number of new users per day is actually declining. Both of these are heading in the wrong direction. It means we didn't have product market fit yet. We're 14 months in. It's over a year, and we still don't have product market fit. This was kind of an interesting moment in our history because we found ourselves with less than $100 in our bank account. And YC Demo Day was coming up soon, and we were kind of had some excitement and thought, talking to investors, maybe we'll be able to raise money. But we certainly weren't sure of that. We had just gone to Costco, so we had lots of food for a couple weeks. But rent was coming up, and as everyone knows, rent in San Francisco isn't cheap. So about a week after this, I came to this very room, pitched a whole bunch of investors at Demo Day, and we were successful in raising a $650K. At the time, that was called a Series A. Today, it would probably be called a pre-seed. In August of 2007, here's 18 months in, we got featured in Time magazine this time. And again, it goes up, but now it's coming back down. Now, it's settling at a higher level, which is good. But again, this is 18 months in. We're 18 months into the journey, and we still have no product market fit. So just to give you an idea of how long it can take before having something even as basic as just having users that enjoy using your product and are coming back, 18 months later, we still didn't have it. Now to skip through a little bit of the rest of the story here, here is October 2007. So now 20 months in, you kind of see we had this moment, and then boom, it turns around. It turns around and it starts picking up. And now all of a sudden, you can see every single day, we're getting almost 1,000 people coming to our front door, which is more than we were getting featured in Newsweek magazine or on TechCrunch. First real traction that we got. Fast forward again, February 2010, 4 years in, and now you can see we're off to the races. So I wanted to give you a little bit of snapshot of what it looked like for us to get product market fit in the early days before diving into some of the basics. So let's start with a definition on what is product market fit.